Watch this. Skip your cool-down stretches, and those tiny muscle knots silently build into rock-hard lumps that destroy your fascia from the inside out. All right, let's simulate a post-training cool-down and stretching routine. This is an extremely important step. The basic principle is this. After training, whether high intensity, moderate, or just a light session where you broke a sweat, your muscles tighten up afterward. You need to understand why muscles eventually get strained.
这个时候，无论你是怎么样的，你运动过以后，你的肌肉啊就会有一个紧张感，跟一个大家要知道肌肉为什么会到最后的拉伤呢？
Muscles are naturally fibrous and linear, but through exercise, especially irregular movements, they tighten up. When they tighten, muscle fibers wrap around each other, forming knots. Now, if after training you immediately shower, drink cold beverages, don't put on warm clothing, or sit under air conditioning, your muscles get cold before you've released those knots. Without timely stretching to undo them, those knots wind deeper and deeper into the tissue.
运动完马上去喝冷饮，运动完没有穿好衣服去保护，运动完去吹空调，这个时候受伤的是什么？咱们感冒就不说了，你最大的一个影响就是你的肌肉受冷了以后，你没有放松受冷以后，它就会这个结啊越缠越深，你没有给它解开，没有及时给它放松解开，这个结越缠越深。
Eventually, those knots harden into small lumps. Once that happens, you can no longer stretch them out. Then during a future training session, if you exert too much force, that compromised muscle can no longer protect the deeper tissue. Muscle's primary functions are protection and power generation. When it loses elasticity, it can no longer shield the deep fascia underneath. The muscle fibers tear apart from each other. That's a fascia injury. That's when you find you can't raise your arm anymore. So this is the fundamental principle. Skip your cool down, and small knots become serious injuries.
这个时候就导致什么？你会发现，哎，我手抬不起来啊，胳膊肘抬不起来，哎，有这种状况。所以说，这个是一个基础原理。
If you're alone, actively push both knees outward and downward. This releases your hip area.
脚掌并拢啊，两个手掌抱住脚尖，那么尽量的让自己腿跟身体之间合得更紧，然后这两边如果有这个队友帮你去压会更好。如果说只有自己的话，尽量的往两边发力啊，往两边发力的往下走，这样能够放松你的胯部。
Keep breathing, don't hold your breath. You'll feel a stretch along your inner thigh and hip area. In table tennis, we constantly use shuffle steps and crossover steps. It's a sport of sudden direction changes, explosive starts followed by immediate braking. All of this relies on the sensitive inner muscles. That's exactly what we're stretching now. The larger outer muscles are less prone to injury. It's these inner ones that need attention.
然后启动完以后，我一个制动刹车，反复的，它都是靠这种最内侧、最灵敏的肌肉、最敏感的肌肉去完成的。所以说，我们现在拉的都是这些部位啊，反而这种大的肌肉它还不太容易受伤啊。
Second stretch, spread both legs wide apart. Lean your body forward and press downward. Then press toward each side, reaching for your toes. You should feel the stretch along the back of your thighs. These posterior muscles are heavily used during footwork and running. Hold each position for about 1 minute. You can cross your hands or alternate sides. Adjust the range based on your own flexibility. Everyone's different. Just find an amplitude that works for you.
那么大概每个动作啊，每个环节压个1分钟左右，差不多就可以。对，交叉手去压都可以啊。这个因每个人的这种韧带能力不同，去调整一个适合自己的幅度就可以。
With both hands supporting you, slowly lower your body down, extending until you feel a stretch along the front of the thigh. This is exactly what I was talking about. When you stretch the muscles after they've tightened from training, they won't form those rope-like knots. This is an excellent stretch.
你把肌肉练紧了以后呢，你再进行一个放松，它是不会打成一个条索状的这种结节啊，这个就是非常好的一个
Now switch to the other leg. Notice that your ankle also gets a stretch in this position. These are very small, sensitive muscles. We need to protect their sensitivity. When muscles get damaged, their sensitivity drops. This is why traditional Chinese medicine uses acupuncture. It restores sensitivity to injured muscles. This is practical experience I've gained over years of training. Stretching is part of table tennis too. Protecting muscle sensitivity keeps your footwork responsive.
它为什么要有针灸呢？它就是为了在你受伤的时候，通过针灸，它去恢复你这个受损肌肉的一个敏感度。啊，这个都是孙教练一路学过来的一些实战经验啊，这也是我说的，这也是乒乓球的一部分。
Now we can also do a cross-leg stretch. Just like the warm-up movements before training, after training you must stretch these same areas. You have to open them up. This is essential for muscle recovery. So remember, first, avoid air conditioning after training. Second, wipe your sweat dry immediately. Don't let your muscles get cold. Cold muscles are very troublesome and require extended rest to recover. Always stretch right after you finish.
我说了，第一个避免吹空调，第二个一定要及时把汗擦，避免让这个受寒。肌肉受寒是很麻烦的一件事情，需要时间去静养的。对，也是啊。
Apply pressure as you roll back and
大家可以
forth.
看到旁边有个泡沫轴，这个是能够辅助我们去拉伸到一些咱们平时一个人不好发力去压的一些地方。那么大家也可以买一个这种泡沫轴，很便宜，就几十块钱。对，咱们先把它放平啊，然后压咱们小腿的前侧。
Apply pressure, you can gradually increase the force. This muscle is the hardest and most developed, so don't worry, it can handle it. Just make sure you release it. Roll the entire length of the muscle. Now switch to the other leg. That's the first movement. Second movement, we roll the sides of the leg. This is very important. Many people ask why their knees hurt during play. Actually, it's often not that your knee itself has a problem.
好，那么这是第一个动作。第二个动作呢，咱们放松腿的两侧，这个时候就很重要。很多时候说，孙教练为什么打球膝盖疼？其实并不是说你膝盖不行而疼，更多的
It's
是
usually the outer thigh muscle near the knee. Either this muscle is underdeveloped, so your knee compensates and gets sore and weak, or the muscle is strong but you didn't stretch after training. It loses function and can no longer protect the knee, forcing the knee to compensate. So after training, you must foam roll the outer thigh near the knee. Position yourself on your side, fully pressing this area, using your other leg and both hands as support
外侧
points.
这个肌肉，靠近膝盖这个肌肉，一定要通过泡沫轴去放松啊。给大家看，我从侧面完全的压到这个位置开来，哎，这样以右腿跟其他两个手为支撑点。
You can feel that pressure, right? This is where the foam roller is most useful. You use your own body weight to stretch. This is the safest method because if someone else applies pressure for you, you might not be able to handle the force, which could cause a secondary injury. That's the left leg, now switch to the right, same thing. During the release process, you'll feel pain when pressing the muscle, but don't actively tense up against it. The more it hurts, the tighter that muscle is, and the more it needs to be released. 那么在放松的过程中，一定要这个压的这个肌肉有时候会有点疼，但是你不要主动的发力去跟它对抗啊。其实越疼，证明你这个肌肉绷得越紧，更加需要放松啊。 And the more it hurts, the closer you may be to actual injury, it's already warning you. So everyone must pay attention to recovery or reduce your training volume appropriately. These are all lessons from real experience. Now there's one more movement. From the side view, sit down on the roller, we're going to release the glutes. Whichever side you want to target, cross that leg over and place it on your opposite knee. Then press down hard into the foam roller toward the ground. you'll feel the glute releasing. This releases both the glutes and the lower back. Then switch sides.
往下去压这个泡沫轴，你就会感觉臀部也是在一个放松。对，臀跟腰都可以放松到这个，然后咱们交叉换一遍。
Because in table tennis, if you play with proper posture, using your core and glutes as we discussed in lesson 1, your back muscles will be quite tight. So we need to focus on releasing the back too. This is very difficult to do alone, which is why the foam roller helps so much. Next movement, releasing the back. Place the roller between your lower back and upper back. Cross both hands behind your head, lean back as far as you can, very comfortable.
下一个计划就是放松背部，也是靠在腰跟背的这一块，两个手交叉放到后脑勺这个位置，这样是很舒服一个，人尽量往后仰啊。
Because we're always attacking forward, now we reverse it, lean back, and fully open up the back. This is extremely useful. The reason your back often feels tired is precisely because you haven't been releasing it. This stretches both the back and lower back. So these are the fundamental exercises you should do before and after every training session, every match, every single day. Don't skip this 20 to 30 minutes to save time and lose something far greater. Protect your body while you train.
训练后啊，比赛前、比赛后，每天吧，或者说每一堂训练课都要做的一个功课。这样大家不要说为了节省这半个小时，或者说这20分钟而因小失大啊。那么咱们最重要在运动的时候也要保护好自己的一个身体健康状况。